Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Overtime this week. As we start off the episode with Kent State football yet again. The Golden Flashes took a nice little trip to Iowa City to take on the Iowa Hawkeyes, top 5 in the nation. Let's go to Kinnick Stadium and check out what happened. Both teams walking out of the tunnel here in this anticipated matchup between Big Ten and MAC. And first drive for Kent State goes aloof. Justin Crum high snap forces a safety. It's 2-0 Iowa to start the game. However, Iowa will also be getting it done offensively as Tyler Goodson takes it 46 yards of the house off the pit. At this point, it's 9-0 Hawkeyes, and you think, the Hawkeyes are going to be able to run away with this game. But not so fast. Dustin Crum from 23 yards out finds Keyshawn Abram, and that connection was working all day. That's a touchdown, the only touchdown for Kent State, however. Abram had over 130 receiving yards on the day in a great game for him offensively. But Nico Rajani, he gets this pass all the way down to the 1 from Petrus, and that will do it. Iowa wins 30-7. Kent State falls to 1-2 on the year, and they will play Maryland on Saturday. Kent State travels to Maryland Saturday. That game is at 3:30 p.m. on the Big Ten Network. It will be at College Park. Here's some of those keys that I have for the game. Number one, for Kent State, you need to have more consistency on offense. In the games against Iowa and Texas A&M, there was no consistency. While I thought they played better offensively in that game against Iowa, they need to kind of play a full game of great offense against a Big Ten team like that to win a game. And I think this is their biggest opportunity to steal a win against a highly, talked about Big Ten team like Maryland. I think they can go in and get it done. Another key that I have for them is to force turnovers. They've been able to force turnovers this year. They're top 5 defense in turnovers. If you can force those turnovers, you can cause some problems for Maryland. Just you have to play with consistency. You have to play with turnovers. My prediction for this game is pretty simple. I think Kent State goes in here and shocks the world. I say 31-21 Kent State. They'll go to 2-2 to finish off non-conference play.
The Golden Flashes are getting into the meat of their schedule, but Friday night lights are still kicking. Let's go to Gilchrist Field for our high school football game of the week.
Here we see the Ravenna Ravens running onto that blue field, looking like Boise State out there in Ravenna, but it was Streetsboro to start things off as Mason Climack pump fakes and finds a wide open Hunter Hopperton in the end zone. The Rocks extend their lead to 13-10 on that play, but Ravenna was trying to make things interesting as quarterback Ethan Cobbin takes the QB keeper and finds his way into the end zone as Ravenna cuts Streetsboro's lead to 20-17. But Mason Climack was not done on the quarterback draw. He is going to go 51 yards down the sideline. Nobody is going to catch Mason Climax. Streetsboro extends the lead to 27-17. But Ravenna was still trying to get back in this game as Ethan Cobbin rolls to his left, finds Pavel Henderson, who makes the diving catch to keep a late drive alive for the Ravens. But in the end, it was too much Streetsboro as Hunter Hopperton is going to take this handoff and fight his way, dragging Ravenna Ravens into the end zone for the touchdown. Streetsboro wins 40-17, and they move to 4-0 so far on this season.
This week, the Coventry Comets took on the Springfield Spartans, and what a game this was. Let's get into some of these highlights. We have Chase Rankin taking the quarterback sneak into the end zone for the touchdown. Coventry immediately takes a 7-0 lead. Springfield trying to get something going here as quarterback Colton Jebhart finds Sean Guerrero for the minimal gain. Later in the drive, Colton Jebhart gets swarmed by the Coventry defense and Springfield is forced to punt. Brady Watson takes the handoff down the sideline and takes it all the way for the touchdown, and Coventry extended their lead to 28-0. And here we have Chase Rankin firing it down the field, and it's caught by Stephen Davis, who takes it 70 yards for the score, and Coventry is rolling now at 35-0. And we've got Jebhart with a good old-fashioned quarterback sneak for a beautiful first down. Then later on in the drive, Colton Jebhart takes the quarterback sneak into the end zone, and Springfield cuts the lead to 43-8. But here we have Brady Watson taking the kickoff and going all the way for the touchdown. This brings up the final score to Coventry winning 58.
I know football is a sport that we just all love, but let's now focus to soccer. The women's soccer team traveled to Morgantown this past weekend to take on the Mountaineers. Here's how they fared in that highly anticipated matchup.
Taking things to the pitch to wrap up the episode, the Kent State women's soccer team came up just short in their comeback effort in Morgantown this past week. A late second-half goal by Cameron Shedenhelm kept the Flashes within reach, but the 15th nationally ranked Mountaineers came out victorious by a score of 2-1. But hey, as America's favorite football coach Ted Lasso says, it's not all about winning every game. The now 4-3 Flashes can get back on track this Thursday evening with a wagon wheel win at home against the Akron Zips. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it's the time of the week where we got to wrap up the overtime episode. But breaking news. We'll be back next week for even more Kent State and local athletics coverage. Follow us on Twitter at @TV2Sports and check us out online at kentwire.com. From Austin Arnold, I'm Ben McMillen. See you next week.